Well, a hearty good Sunday afternoon to you, YouTubers, Facebookers, and all other onlookers. This is Jimmy P. Brown II coming at you live from Three Frog Studios. Um, Woke up to a ton of emails today. Um, well, a ton with regards to all to one subject. It started yesterday. I'll say this whenever I post a YouTube video, that's pretty much the extent of my time on YouTube. Um, because I just won't go and read the comments or anything. That's just not what I do. I barely get on Facebook. I get on, make an announcement, and kind of like fly away. And I read through all the messages, though. Every single message I read through. And if I don't answer it personally, then I try to do it through, especially if it's one that is similar to another, I'll try to answer it through the video log. But I'm going to try to keep this one short. I really am. I'm not in a bad mood about it. I just think it's silly. But it's all about a post that somebody made on my YouTube channel. And uh, again, I hadn't really read it. Somebody pointed it out to me through a Facebook Messenger. And actually, there was 14 messages in there and 10 messages in my regular email inbox about it. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it about? So I read the posts. And I mean, the first thing I did is I started laughing, and shared it with my wife and shared it with Eric, and we just had a laugh about it, and that was it. And then I was advised by, some two actually really good friends who are pastors, and, I don't even bother answering it. Well, I wouldn't be Jimmy Brown if I didn't address it, if I didn't say something about it, because that's not me. I'm confrontational. But I'm confrontational in the respects that I like to address things that I either find silly or stupid. And I don't find most of this offensive except for one portion of it. And I'll read it to you. It was a post on the YouTube on the part 2 of my interview with Eric Clayton from a gentleman who goes through goes by the title CD in caps. It says all black, vaporizing, seance candles, Crowley LeVay bald heads, Bowie the occultist, giving him praise? Plus he faked his death. 69 is 66 in hidden occult numerology. Research it, or are you in the know? Quotes. Definitely unsubscribed. Start going by Jimmy P. Brown the Fraud. Okay. Again, most of the time I wouldn't waste my time, but there's one thing, whatever, say what you will, but I'm all about people having their own opinion, because opinions are exactly just like the old, saying, just like assholes. Everybody's got one. So everybody's entitled to it, and it's all good. Okay. And I have no problems with that. So, but I would like a chance just to laughingly go through some of this stuff, because it's just so dorky. And the fact that there are still people that out there that think like this is what's more appalling and alarming and shocking. CD might think that he's holding on to good old-fashioned values, but we're going to show that he's not holding on to good old-fashioned values. All black. Well, yeah. I've even had people ask me, do you only own one black t-shirt? Because I've got a ton. Everybody that's known me since I was young, since I was in my teens, I've always worn black. And I went to a Pentecostal church and I always wore black. The preachers wore black. The deacons wore black. What in the world does that mean? All black. So if we were in white, anyways, whatever. So dorky. Vaporizing. And what does that mean? I don't know exactly what it means. Eric has chosen not to smoke cigarettes, to wrap tobacco in a paper, light it, and breathe the smoke into his lungs. He's now doing it through some oil and water and vapor, and it turns into vapor in his lungs, and he blows it out. Still a delivery of nicotine, and everybody is known. And if you've been a member of my YouTube channel for this whole time, and you've been a fan of Jimmy Brown and Deliverance, everybody knows I'm 48 years old. I've been smoking since I was 15, and I never hit it. At least from the time I was 21 on, I just said, forget it. I'm tired of hiding this. I feel more guilty hiding it than I do actually doing it, because to me it's not a sin. And it's not. But whatever. That aside, vaporizing. What's the big deal? Okay. Seance candles. That part just cracked me up. These little candles that the owner of the studio just, keeps around for just in case of a blackout, just in case the power outage happens, which happens a lot here in the South. Sitting in a little paper bowl that we have here for cereal, in the morning sometimes when we're at work early. So this candle bought from Pier 1 or probably Walmart in a box of 3, and this paper cereal bowl, seance candles. Ooh. All right. Crowley LeVay bald heads. Okay. So if you have a bald head, which in my case, I'm balding. From here on, I've got a bald spot. Or super, super fine thin hair. So I chose to shave it. It's in vogue right now, so why not? Just like if goatees are in vogue, there was a time when they weren't. There's guys that have facial hair that would have never done it 20 years ago because it wasn't in vogue. What does that mean? And by the way, in vogue, in fashion, in current fashion, acceptable. There was times facial hair wasn't acceptable in the workplace. Now everybody, you can wear a full beard. You can do all sorts of stuff. It's part of fashion. And since I was balding anyway, and I couldn't make my hair do what it used to do in my youth, shaved it. Eric, my buddy, he actually can't grow hair from here back. He just has the crown. So there have never been any religious men or Christian men that have gone bald and decided to shave it all. I know literally hundreds. Deacons, pastors that have done this, especially over the past 15 years. That makes them Crowley, LeVay Satanists because they shave their heads? Okay. What's the next one? Bowie the occultist. Well, of course. Everybody that knows Bowie, has researched Bowie and researched his history, knows that he dabbled in the occult in the mid-70s. He was searching just like everybody else for answers. And am I giving him an excuse? No, that's what he did. I'm going to tell you this, and I'll say this right now, and I'll say it without reservation, and I don't care. I won't name names, but I've been in the Christian music industry since 1985, heavily, and I can tell you probably 20 people that I know as Christians that did a lot of occult dabbling because they were wanting to know more. Because in essence, the word occult means the search of the divine. So, yeah, big deal. Who cares? What does that have to do with the fact that the guy was an amazing musician? Because it says giving him praise. Doesn't take away from the fact that he had a God-given talent, that he worked at his craft. He was amazing, had a brilliant voice. What does it matter? It's still, paying attention to what he did from a musical and artistic perspective and saying it was fabulous. So I don't know about giving him praise. I wasn't here singing his praises and talking about, going out and trying to win people for Bowie. But whatever. Don't know what you meant by that. Plus, he faked his death. If you really believe that, that means you're one of these crackpots that goes and subscribes to, everything. You probably believe that Bat Boy exists and thinks the worldwide news at the grocery checkout line is actually the real news, and subscribes to every conspiracy theory out there. And trust me, I love good conspiracy theory, man. I can talk for hours and hours and hours because I stay on top of them all. But Bowie faking his death, using cancer to fake his death, before you say something stupid like that, now, unless you live down the street from him or you're intimately acquainted with his family and you know things for a fact, to spew that kind of stupidity and rhetoric, it's an absurdity. It's absolutely ridiculous. And for you to be claiming to be, you obviously claim yourself to be some sort of man of faith, and you're going around regurgitating rhetoric that isn't true, or that could or couldn't be true. Pretty sure there's a couple of scriptures that say not not to do stuff like that. But whatever. 69 is 66 in hidden occult numerology. Research it, or are you in the know? Really? I'll tell you this. I can't speak for other people, but I can only speak for myself. When I wanted to learn what a Buddhist believes, I went right to a Buddhist. When I wanted to learn what a Mormon believed, I went right to a Mormon. I wasn't going to hold on to what Hank Hanegraaff and CRI and all the other crap says, because it's always going to be from a skewed view. It's always going to be from this other view of trying to disprove. And I wanted to learn from them what they believed. I didn't study from someone else's perspective who didn't believe. I wanted to know why these people believe what they believe from a person that believed it. Just like I wouldn't appreciate, if I were a Christian, somebody to go to a Satanist and ask, I really want to learn more about what the Christian doctrine is, what soteriology is, what eschatology is. Would you? I mean, so have I done my research? Am I in the know? I don't think I'm going to propagate myself to be such, but what does it matter? And if we really want to get deep down that path, trust me, I'd love to, but I won't right now. Definitely unsubscribed. Hey man, whatever floats your boat. I don't know why you subscribe. I've been watching your comments for, I went back and I looked, saw your comments, and you have a problem with me watching Game of Thrones. You have a problem with this. You have a problem with that. Why'd you even subscribe to my channel? Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not a BSer. I'm not going to sit and play games and tell you one thing and live another way. You want that? Go listen to all the other Christian bands that I know that live their lives like that. I'm not like that. I've always been known as offensive and mean and nasty and all these other things because I just tell the truth. I won't say, oh, God bless you, brother, and then talk a bunch of crap behind your back. I mean, you're going to get it from me right out. And people don't like that about me. And I don't care. It's just who I am. It's the way it is. So it is what it is. So if I offend you, if I bother you, more power to you, buddy. I'm glad you unsubscribed. I don't know why you subscribed in the first place. And then the last thing, though, I will say this. This is the part that offended me. The rest of it, mindless rhetoric. Yeah, I'll say it. Mindless rhetoric. Regurgitating from a mind that has been pre-programmed and brainwashed. Is what it is. I don't care. I try to be a free thinker. Always have, always will. The reason we were given this mind is to use it. So I try to use it. But don't ever point your finger at me and call me a fraud, CD. Grow some nuts, get on a plane, train, car, and come confront me. Tell me a place to meet you here in Alabama where I'm at and confront me. Don't hide behind this anonymity of this little login channel of CD. My name is Jimmy P. Brown. That's my name. James Peter Brown Jr. to be exact, but it's Jimmy P. Brown for my stage thing. Okay? But that's who I am. I don't hide behind JB. So don't hide behind your CD. Come here, point your finger in my face and tell me that I'm a fraud. Because I've never exhibited that kind of behavior. Anybody that knows me knows me. I don't fly flags. I don't go around preaching the doctrine of Jimmy Brown and telling everybody exactly what I believe on every single subject. Because that's not me. That's my own private thoughts. But if you asked, you'd get it. And I've always lived by that. If you ask the right question, I will answer it. And otherwise, it's my business. But I'm not a fraud. So you want to address me and you want to accuse me, you want to point your stupid finger at me? Yeah, grow some balls and come over here and say it to my face, pal. Just like all the other people out there that have chips on their shoulder and they just want to talk all sorts of crap about me and spew all this stuff. You know, I don't do it about people unless I'm willing to confront them and say things to them directly. And yet, I know all these people. There's a ton of people out there. There's a ton of people that you follow and that other people's follow out there that think all these other great believers and wonderful brothers in Christ. If you guys only knew, if you only knew, that's why I'm real, even if it's offensive, even if I come off like a dirtbag, even if I come off as rude, crude, obnoxious, mean, nasty. I don't care because I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to hide behind little acronyms and little initials and all this other stuff. I mean, what you see is what you get. Period. The end. What you see is what you get. And you want to spew something like that? All your other rhetoric, your mindless rhetoric, the stupidity, conspiracy theories, throwing occult numerology and mysticism and all sorts of crazy things. Oh my gosh. Fine, do whatever you want. Talk about how the earth is flat. Talk about how there is no moon. Talk about how there is no ocean. Talk about how none of this exists and we live in the matrix. I don't care. It's America, baby. Free speech. But when you point the finger at somebody who has tried and attempted and have done to live their life openly as an open book in front of people through their music, through their lyrics, through everything that I've said and done, and you're going to point your finger at me and call me a fraud because I wear black. We shot a video with Walmart candles and paper plates, and I have a shaved head because I'm losing my hair because I don't look like I did when I was 20, and now I'm a Levan Satanist or a Crowley addict. I mean, dude, vaporizing? Anybody who knows me knows I smoke. So what was that about? Everybody that knows me knows I've loved David Bowie since I was 5 years old, and I've listened to his music since. You're going to call me a fraud? Yeah. Grow some nuts, pal. Come down to Alabama and let's talk. Let's talk. Because that's the way to do it. But you'll do as most Christians do. Hide behind, oh, you're probably broke, can't do this, I'm not going to waste my time. Really? Well, the Bible actually tells you to not say anything behind their back and to actually go to them directly. This, posting anonymously on some stupid, social media platform is not confronting. So, but see, my name is real. You can find me. I actually say where I work, where I live. There's nothing hidden about me. I can't just type CD and find out where you are because trust me, I would. But whatever. Sunday. What a wonderful way to spend the day. Talking about mindless rhetoric and conspiracy theories. Of which, by the way, I'm very fond. I love the earth is flat one myself. Can't prove it, but I sure like it. Just like I like the one about the world underneath the world. I love that one. I even like the one about the Matrix. I love a good conspiracy theory. Love the alien stuff. Love the X-Files. I mean, again, anybody who knows me knows I'm all about this kind of stuff. So for this dorky, are you in the know? Yeah, but are you? Did you actually really, really study, or did you buy Hank Hanegraaff's, World of Cults or some stupid book like that? Learn from a guy who had to learn from somebody else who had to learn from another person, and it's all like 20 part, not third-party information. It's like 2,000 party information. Nothing legitimate, nothing real. So I was telling my buddy the other day, who was quoted, oh, LaVey was known for do what thou wilt. And it's like, no, it was coined from Crowley, do what thou wilt. And it's actually, everybody just stops there. Do what thou wilt. Oh, that just means do whatever you want. No, it actually is the entire thing. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. But see, nobody remembers any of that. Nobody wants to quote any of that. Oh yeah, I can really start getting it now. Now I'm gonna become all Max Cady. Hey man, I could out philosophize you. All right, there goes my movie talk again. I'll probably get some crap about that. 20 minutes. Thank you again. Thank you, all of you who support Deliverance, support Jimmy P. Brown II, Eraserhead, Jupiter 6, Fearful Symmetry, and any other little thing that I've put my hands to, because I do it for the love of the arts, and I do it so that you can enjoy it. Thank you for your support. You take care on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Bye-bye.